Now, the cameras. The cameras, as we understand, last Thursday I talked about 50. It turned out to be a lot more. On Saturday it turned out to be even more. And then the decision was made on Saturday to keep taking the photographs but not proceed until you'd had them cleared, which I think is a sensible way to go so quickly. How many fixed camera tickets do you normally issue in a day?
So on average it's about 3,000 a day every day. So it's a big number, and what we're doing is backdating that to the 6th, so we're not giving out any tickets, going back to the 6th of June and moving forward until John Voyage, the Camera Commissioner, has done his investigation. We'll be holding those in abeyance. We just need absolute certainty that our systems are working right with integrity.
Email here from Stacey. I've got a fine in the mail for speeding through one of the intersections with an infected camera. Do I contact Civic, Compliance, Police or the Minister?
So what we're doing, so we've issued those in question, we've issued around about 1,600 tickets that are relevant for the time period, so from the 6th to the 22nd. We've issued about 1,600, and we have and are writing to every one of those people to say that those tickets have been withdrawn, so they're not to pay it. So she won't need to make contact, we're making contact with them.
Okay, she won't need to do anything initially herself. Now just get it clear, these tickets have not been cancelled, have they? Because it was announced on Friday they were cancelled. They're not cancelled.
They've been withdrawn. They've been held in abeyance.
But they'll go back. If the cameras are clear, they'll go back to the people.
Yes.
Or even the 1,600 you're talking about.
Yeah. And what it's about, Neil, and I get the rub where people say this is revenue raising. What we do know is our camera network of 280, it is sophisticated and complex, but it's part of a broader road safety strategy around keeping our motorists safe and educating them that speed can and does kill.
I find it quite disgraceful. There seems to have been an attempt to cover it up, has there?
There's been a number of notifications that could have been a bit sooner. I don't think it's been...
Well, hang on. You weren't notified. You heard it here.
We were notified the same time the Police Minister was notified.
She heard it here.
Yep.
So you weren't notified at all. You heard about it on this radio program.
We did.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I don't know that it was a deliberate attempt to cover up anything. So I think there's been an oversight in who needed to be contacted, and certainly...
Well, who was contacted?
Well, I know the police weren't. And I would have liked to have been notified earlier, and I wasn't.
Well, who should have done that? Redflex or the Justice Department?
Well, I think it's going to form part of what John Voyage looks at. But both the Minister's offices, you're aware, and you've had that conversation with the Minister, and my office didn't get notified until I think it was that Thursday. But
you're not convinced it's a cover-up? It could be incompetence.
Well, I don't know what it is. All I know is that we weren't notified as promptly as what I would have liked. But, I'm meeting with all of the partners, including John Voyage this afternoon, to work through what we can do to support his investigation of all of this.
Do you still have confidence in Redflex?
I have confidence in our road safety camera system. I get that this is less than helpful, that we've had a foreign body introduced to our very sophisticated camera system. It appears to have been just human error. It's been a mistake. It hasn't been deliberate. I do have concerns that such infection was done so easily.
Well, that's true, and all that's true, but these things can happen. The point is that once it's identified, everybody should know, including the public, and that didn't happen.
It didn't happen as promptly as what we would have liked.
Well, but come on, it wouldn't have happened yet if we hadn't found out about it. If somebody hadn't leaked it to us, we probably still wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, the government wouldn't know.
Can I say, though, Neil, as soon as I found out, and as soon as Victoria Police found out, we're on the front foot to make sure everyone was aware of it.
That's very true.
We've tried to be as candid as possible, and even the decision to hold everything of the 280 cameras in abeyance is being overly cautious to make sure that every ticket that goes out has integrity and is sacrosanct.
So Redflex says everything's okay now. Do you believe them?
I'm waiting to hear back from John Voyage, and once I hear back from John with his independent oversight, I'll be very comfortable. So it's not until then that we'll turn these back on.